So this word accountability keeps popping up in the fitness industry with all these personal trainers and coaches offering to keep you accountable. Well, what does that actually mean? Right, if you know me by now, sometimes I can be a bit of a geek, so strap in. But the definition of accountability means that there's a fact or a condition that you are accountable. That means that you're expected to justify like some actions or decisions that you are responsible for. And what does that mean? Well, being responsible means that you have a duty or an obligation to do something. And a duty is a legal or a moral obligation, which is something that you got to do. But who is that duty to? Who's that obligation to? Well, the bottom line is that in the fitness industry, you're going to commit to a plan and you've got to show up and do the thing. The problem is that the thing is generally pretty tough. It's hard. And your obligation is moral, not legal, unless you've got some pretty severe terms and conditions that you signed up to. And that means there's not that many consequences if you don't do the thing. You're not going to be fined or thrown in jail. So where does the buck stop when things get hard? Because we know that lifting heavy weights is going to be tough, but so are the other things. Getting up at 5:30 in the morning, 5 times a week, is hard. Eating enough of the right food is tough. Resisting the temptation to go for your comfort food is hard. I mean, how easy is it to hit the snooze button on a day like today where the wind is howling and it's dark and it's wet and it's cold? Think about when you have one big, hard task to do and how easy it is to find other smaller, simple tasks to do instead. It's easy to do those things rather than hold your feet to the fire and do the hard stuff, the uncomfortable stuff. And so at this point, when you sign up, it might just be a responsibility, a duty to yourself that you perceive. And that's fine. You might be one of those people who has the determination, the motivation, the stubbornness, the tenacity just to keep going under your own steam. And if that's you, you have my admiration, you have my respect. But there are those of us who sometimes need an extra little bit of help, especially when things aren't going well. So if you're like me, you attach that obligation, that duty to other things, other people. Could be your family, could be friends, could be your colleagues, because you just don't want to let them down in some capacity. That's a really powerful tool and it works quite well for me. And making a public declaration to that effect, adding a little bit of peer pressure, that's useful too. It might be to a training partner or a training group. And within that, you get a lot of additional positive support and encouragement. And then suddenly that duty is no longer limited to just yourself. If you take me, I'm a big, big sucker for peer pressure. The fear of losing face has a big effect on me. But I like to train alone. I don't need a training partner. I don't like lots of eyes on me. On days like today, when it's cold and it's dark and I'm tired and I'm stiff and I'm sore, I get up for me, but I also get up for my family, for my girls, so that I'm strong and I'm fit and I'm healthy, so that I can cruise through the good times with them, but be there to lead and to be useful through the bad times. And I see that as my duty as a husband, as a father, and I dread the day that I can't do that. So I need to stave it off for as long as I can. But there are times when I'm feeling a little low that perhaps that motivation, that pressure just isn't enough. So I have another layer, which is I turn up for my coach and my peers. I need to respect the effort and commitment that my coach has made to me. And I need to walk the walk as well as just talk the talk, so I can continue to exercise the right and the privilege to sit within my peer group and my colleagues. So that's my definition of accountable, what it means to me. Maybe it means something similar to you. Maybe it means something else completely. Now, folks, stay strong, stay accountable. Catch you next time.